Hello, everybody out there. I'm just getting myself all situated for those of you who are getting ready to hop in. I want to make sure that we are live and in color in every location um, that we are supposed to be in today. So, all right, we're going live there as well. All right, excited about today. We're hopping in on Instagram. I see folks on YouTube inside of my Facebook group. Just giving everybody an opportunity to see that we're live and that we are ready for them. So, hello, hello. All right. So, what I want to get started with today is Gabe 349. Good to see you there. Um, is giving folks an opportunity to just again, we've been talking a little bit around the Focus Black book that I've been offering inside of the Facebook group. And again, I just want to share again out there for my folks is that if you're on Instagram and you're watching me on Instagram, is that I come live on Instagram because I think it's another great opportunity for you all to see me. One of the things that I want to also share is that if you're on Instagram or even in YouTube or on the YouTube channel watching this live, is that the Facebook group is the group that actually this video recording will be housed. It's where it stays. And particularly inside of that particular group, what I'm doing in there is there's content that is being poured into that group. It is a free group. It gives parents of junior golfers specifically an opportunity to learn some things, to hear the language that I use, to have access to special things within the group. And one of those special things in the group is the Junior Golfers Focus Black Book that has been offered. And so even in on this call for today, it will show up in the group today, and it'll obviously be there running into tomorrow. But today is May 30th. On May 31st, the Junior Golfers Focus Black Book will no longer be at the current cost that it's at. It's at $29 right now. If you're on Instagram and you want access to that, you have to hop into the group, become a member of the group, and that price will hold true for you up until tomorrow. So on June 1st, on June 1, the price of the Junior Focus Black Book is going to increase to $49. So I want folks to be aware of that. There will be some links, some posts inside of the group to remind those of that. And it will allow you all the opportunity to just hop in there as quickly as you can in order to make sure that you are able to grab that purchase at that price. And again, that purchase that price will end on the 31st of May. So I wanted to take care of a little bit of housekeeping. for us, so that way folks know that that's there, that is an opportunity for them. I am going to share a little bit more about it because I do think that that is a really good opportunity for you that's inside of the group to really start. I call it getting some of the basic knowledge and information that I share when I'm working with someone individually, because it will help fast track exactly the things that I do with them independently. So again, what the Black Book is designed for. This is not the full playbook. This is a pretty much a module of the playbook itself, where I'm able to help an athlete begin to understand the things that they have control over, the things that they don't have control over, and the things that they actually have influence on. So I'll give that one more time, because I think as we're learning and as we're growing, that this is something that is super super important. So in this Black Book, it's just really think it's quick and dirty. It's an opportunity for you and your junior golfer to really learn the skills around what it means to actually know what I can control, know what I cannot control, and know what are the things that I have influence over. That concept, although it seems simple and it seems like it is been you've been hearing about it. You do. Anytime an athlete is usually interviewed after a big win or some type of win like such, it is this desire for them to share. Well, I was able to control what I could control, and because I was able to do that, I was able to perform at X level. And so, one of the things that I've been able to do in just these 24 years now of doing this work is truly to help players and parents truly understand, what does the word focus actually mean? What does that mean when someone says, hey, I need you to focus? I hear that all the time. Oftentimes when I'm in like youth sport, any youth sport, not just golf in and of itself, but youth sports in general, a parent or a coach yells out there, hey, I need you to focus. And usually the kid like looks around and is kind of confused, because in their mind, they think they're actually focused. They think they're focused because they don't truly understand what focus actually means, and neither really does the coach. And obviously, most of the time, as parents, we don't truly understand it either. But in this particular document for you, this book that really starts to help you understand some of the key characteristics that are really, really important when we talk about what is focus, why does it exist, what does it look like, how do I get my kid to do it? Because again, once we start to understand that, then we really can teach the skill that goes with it. So I'm gonna talk through it a little bit more today, because again, as I mentioned, for those who are just hopping in, whether you're on the gram or inside the Facebook group specifically, one of the things that I had shared earlier is that the Junior Golfers Focus Black Book is going to raise its price essentially on after tomorrow. So June 1, the current price right now is $29.99. Inside of the group, only offered to those in there, and then on June 1, it'll become $49 back to its original price. So I just want to share that with those of you who have just hopped in for the first time. So again, and it's good to see you guys out there on Instagram. If you are new, which you looks like we have a couple of new Instagram folks in there. If you are looking and watching this on Instagram, please know that inside of the actual Facebook group is an opportunity for you to grab a hold of that Junior Golfers Focus Black Book. So just so that you guys are tracking, that is a place where you will be able to grab that inside, or in my bio specifically is the link to join the group. And I'm doing that again for those just for some people they ask, well, how come you're not offering this, just on the Instagram, or for people who connect or call or do these things. Well, one of the things that we want to make sure is that um, there's something special in a special place, and so that special place for you is inside of the Facebook group, and there's many offers inside of there. So I was just checking Instagram here and seeing I have a couple of new folks in there. Brayston, always a pleasure. A great win in Mexico. Absolutely, 100%. Great job there, young fella. Um, and so, Colton Johnson, good to see you here. We like to see you. I know that name, super familiar. Uh, Hopefully you're catching on to the things that we're talking about today. So I'm going to talk a little bit about again, just inside of this Focus Black book really is I'm teaching people how do we go about understanding, right, this idea of control. And we all struggle with this specifically because we all want some level of control. We want to be able to control things. And what ends up happening is this: what we do is we almost ignore the things that are absolutely non-controllables, and or what we try to do is we spend a lot of our energy, effort, and desire on the things that we don't have control over to begin with. And so we really have to work very hard at understanding that the things that I have no control over, or my non-controllables, those things are hurting you being able to succeed. And specifically when we're talking about golf, putting our energy and effort on the things that we don't have control over is not going to help us shoot numbers that we want to shoot. And again, today's live it's going to be about ultimately how do we go about scoring? How do we do that in a way that makes sense in tournaments? And it's not as easy as just I have the golf swing and I know how to manage this, that, the third, but there really is some strategy around how do you score while we're playing. So I am going to talk about that because that in and of itself is a controllable. It is something that we absolutely can create a uh, plan for it, and get some process goals around those things. So that way we can actually start to see what it is that we were trying to accomplish. So with that in mind, again, just welcoming those who are joining. If you're on the gram, if you're on YouTube, or inside of my Facebook group, it's a pleasure. Again, thank you guys for just taking some time out to hop in here with me. So one of the things that we talk about is this. So the things that we don't have control over, we know, or at least we want to believe that it's how other people are thinking, how other people are acting. It's when things that happen, i.e., weather. Sometimes there's rain delays. Those are things that are outside of our control. Bad rulings, they're outside of your control, for sure. And I oftentimes, when I'm talking particularly to my golfers, what I also say is their parents and spectators are people that we have no control over. And I also share, and you start digging into the weeds of this, is to realize, again, and this gets controversial sometimes, but I hold fast to this. The thing that is outside of your control, meaning a non-controllable, is whether or not you win or not. Winning in and of itself is outside of your control. What is within your control and what you have influence of is putting yourself in position to win. Position to win, not winning itself. So putting yourself in position to win really is something that's inside of your control, and it's something that you have some level of influence over. That is going to that in and of itself. Once we start learning that, once we start to embrace that, then the beautiful thing about winning just becomes a little bit more easy, becomes a little bit less stressed, knowing that you can put yourself in position to win. And even putting yourself in position to win does not mean that you always win. I'll give you a perfect example of this. If you go out and play with your A game for 2 rounds or 3 rounds, and you play the best that you've ever played, that does not guarantee you a win. What it does guarantee you is an opportunity to win. Because again, the people that are playing with and or against you are outside of our control. And since they are outside of our control, we don't know what they are going to do. They could just play just as well. It could be a situation where they're also playing their best and you don't have any control over that. But what you do have control over are the things that put you in position to win. And so the more that you put yourself in position to win, the more opportunities that you will have at winning. And so that is something that we have control over and influence around. The main thing that I always share with folks that I'm working with directly is this: the things that you think are really with what's in your control. That's the main thing. Your attitude, your um, automatic thoughts, but also your conscious thoughts, the things that just come, the things that we practice. We can practice how to think. That's some of the work that I love doing, is teaching and helping folks with how you think and practicing how you should think while you're out there playing, while you're walking in between shots, what you should do when you hit a bad shot or not so good shot. I think all of those things are wonderful things that I have an opportunity to help folks with and teach them the skills that they're able to use in order to be successful at changing and or shifting, if you will, how you think about the things that you have control over. Super important. So, with that being said, let's talk a little bit about scoring today. I think one of the things that we, as I shared earlier, we have some influence over scoring, and that's a unique and wonderful long. We could be here for many days talking about this. What I have been able to learn from walking inside the ropes, working with certain clients, is this: scoring, how we scoring, meaning getting birdies or lowering our scores, is a strategy. It is also a mindset. And it doesn't have as much to do with how you strike the ball, what you look like off the tee, or that approach shot, or that putt. It is a mentality around scoring. How do you get the mentality around scoring? One of the things that I remind my daughter of often is that when she was younger, people used to tell her that you have the ability to get the ball in the hole. And oftentimes, when junior golfers specifically hear that, they don't truly understand the power of that. It doesn't mean that you have the prettiest swing. We can work on that. It doesn't mean that you actually know how to play out of certain conditions. We can teach that. It doesn't mean that you know how to hit fades and draws on command, or a hook out of the woods that you need, or that your putting stroke is amazing, or that you know how to chip out of a bunker or the rough, or a flyer lie, or a dead lie, or a spinner lie. Like, those things are amazing and they come with time. But right in the beginning, are you able to somehow get your golf ball in the hole? That is crucial. And so, what I want to share with you guys tonight is that that is the mindset, that is the thinking that we want to have, is how can I get this ball in the hole? And if we think that way, what actually allows us the freedom to do it well is knowing that it doesn't matter what kind of picture is drawn from the swings that I take or don't take, but it's about the end, at the end. Did I get the ball in the hole? How quickly did I do that? What number did I do in order to do that? And so, what we have to start doing is start learning some language that helps us get the ball in the hole. And I get to work with folks individually around what language will work best for them. But ultimately, getting ourselves in position to score is the terminology that we begin with. How do I get someone in the position to score? It doesn't mean that you hit all the fairways. It doesn't even mean that you hit all of the greens. But what it does mean is that you have the opportunity to get yourself in a scoreable position. And this is where strategy golf course management, attitude come into play. We must learn how to get our ball in position to score. It's the same concept of getting ourselves in position to win. And so we have to start asking ourselves when we're playing golf, specifically hole by hole, shot by shot, how can I put my ball in a position that will allow me an opportunity to score? This does not mean going after flags, at least not all the time. It does not mean having the perfect distance to a flag all the time. But what it does mean is how can I get my ball on the right side of the green? How can I get my ball on the right level of the putting green, on the right or left side of the fairway in order to actually open up the golf hole? How do I do these things? So this begins to make a shift when we talk about managing our game on the course, but specifically when we talk about managing our game in a manner that allows us the best opportunity to score. This is something you absolutely have control over, and you have influence over these things. So sometimes we hit a ball to say the right side of a fairway so that way we can get to a pin on the left, and it doesn't go on the right side of the fairway. And maybe we're in the rough on the right. Maybe we are in the middle of the fairway. It just simply means that then we did not completely or 100% execute, meaning get an A for our position. But now you then go up and figure out, now what do I do with this particular shot or placement or ball to get myself in a position to score? See, these things start to shift and change how we think and what our mind is doing and how we can go about accepting things when they don't go our way, and how we can actually move from things that don't go our way much quicker. And so that's part of it. That's when a lot of times when folks come to me, they're looking to get their junior golfer some assistance around their attitude specifically, but anger, of course. And then how do we move from when we do not so well to the next shot, to the next hole? And so specifically, these are ways in which we go about doing that. So I'm going to see if there are a few questions out there, by the way. If you have some, please go ahead and you can ask them at any point, any time. I will gladly take them from you. So, and if you're on Instagram, you just throw in a DM right in there. So in the comment section, that'll be perfect. All right. Just looking to see if there are any questions out there that folks have that they want to be bold and ask. QB, you're on the golf course. It's good to see you hopping in there. We are in the same place. All right. Yes, please. Thank you. All right. I will post this in here. I love power of technology. This was texted actually to me. All right. This question here, I will actually, it came from text and YouTube, but I will show it here. It says, "Can you share how you get them, junior golfer? I'm assuming to focus on the controllables." That's a great question, and so if you're on Instagram, that was the question that was offered or asked, is how do you get them to focus on the controllables? I love the word focus. Obviously, we've been chatting a little bit about that tonight, but this is it's a process. To be honest, it's not impossible, but it is a process. So what I do personally is we actually have those process goals. I've talked about that a few weeks ago. So there are things that we're looking to accomplish while we're playing in a round of golf. Charlie, I see your question, and I will put it in here as well. And so those process goals are the things that we bring our attention back to. That's how we focus on that. So I teach them how to focus by getting them to look back or use the progress goals that we have set, either A, for the hole specifically, or for the particular round in which they're playing. So for those of you on Instagram, I will read Charlie's question. Thank you, Charlie, for asking this great question here. It says, question on mentality. Have a junior girl starting to play. She's constantly down on herself. How can I get her to understand that she's not good enough to be down on herself or so upset? Body language bugs me. Thanks. So, Charlie, ditto on body language bothering you. It absolutely bothers me. If you're new to me, I have 4 kids, 2 golfers slash now 3. Out of the 4, I have a 16-year-old daughter who golfs, a 14-year-old son who golfs, and now an 8-year-old son who golfs. So, to help you with this body language question and the mentality aspect. So, one of the things that specifically for your young lady who's just starting, we know golf is so hard. There's so many things about it. Not just you can hit a ball and do the things. I mean, there becomes more to it. So, getting her to simplify. So, one of the things that you can absolutely ask her to do is say, what is the 1, 2, 3? You can give her, if you will, you can give her those, you can give her 5 things to choose from and say, so out of these 5 things, what's 1, 2, or 3, if we want to get fancy, that you want to accomplish today or this week or this month? If she's a new golfer, I would say choosing 1 or 2 of these 5 things, and we're going to do these 1 or 2 things for 1 week, maybe 2 weeks. Okay. So that's what I would recommend around that. So the mentality for her is kids in general, really, and we're adults as well. When we start something, we want to be good at it right away. No one here is going to deny that. And so, same thing for your young lady. She wants to be good at it right away. We know how hard it is to be good at this thing right away. And even if you think that you are, you're really not. And so, there's so much to learn and so much to gain and with growth and experience. So, I would get her to just choose. You give her 5 things. She can choose 2 of them that she's willing to work on to see if she can accomplish in the next week or 2. What that then will do is allow her just something that she can again put her mind, her attention onto, and you as well, for that little bit of short amount of time. And then if we're doing that, then that will relieve or decrease some of that level of anxiety that comes along with her and her learning to accomplish the things that she's looking to accomplish. You are very welcome. Thanks for that question. That was a very well thought out question. Well done. I appreciate you asking that. Let's see here. Um, Colton, go out there and crush it, young fella. Yes, junior match play tournament. Uh, and go out there and do the things that you are looking to accomplish. Only thing I'd ask you is as you go out there or before you go out there, think about the small things that you want to accomplish. It's not a score. I don't care about that. I know that you do at the end of the day, but there are certain smaller things that you can concentrate on or focus, put your attention to as you get ready to go out there this afternoon. So good luck to Colton out there getting ready to make it happen. Um, crush it, young fella. Okay. See if there are any additional questions that are out there hanging around. We're coming up on our 6 o'clock hour. If this is your first time joining me, I like to stick to that time frame only because I recognize that people are busy. But I'll share a few things at the end here shortly. Okay. Uh, for those of you who are thinking about asking a question, I'm going to make sure that we are all um, tracking what we need to be tracking before I leave you. So, if you are on or in my group, this is what I'm going to put it in here. Um, Actually, I'm going to put it in as a banner so that you will see it. Um, if you are looking to purchase the Black Book, and what I need you to do is just shoot me an email. That is my email address. It's Robert at EliteMindsLLC.com. If you are inside of the Facebook group, you will be able to have access to that over the next 2 days, today and tomorrow, for the $29. After on June 1, the price will go up to $49. If you're on Instagram and you're watching this live and you're not inside of the Facebook group, you need to get in the Facebook group. The link to that is in my bio so that you can go and grab that in there and hop in the group, especially if you're a parent out there looking to get this resource for your junior golfer and for you. Whenever I'm working with anyone, I am working with you, parent and junior golfer, collectively. I need both the people to be on board with who I am and what I am doing and what we're trying to accomplish together. It's the best way to make it happen. So if you're there, that is where you will go and grab that up. If you are on YouTube, again, hop in the Facebook group, and you will have access or be able to at least ask for the link to purchase the Black Book at its current price. On June 1, it'll be more money. For those of you who have already purchased this inside of the group, we've been talking and meeting with them, getting their feedback, knowing that this has been an essential tool for them. For those of you who are new again to me, welcome to the group, welcome to me. The Black Book is just a small little piece of the full mental playbook that I'm offering to those individuals. Those are the things that I get to do working with folks on an individual space around how do we get the mindset of a champion. Inside of the Facebook group, however, you'll be learning some skills and techniques to be able to do that on your own. But obviously, if you're working with a mental performance coach, I'm going to be able to help walk you through that, or at least hold your hand to be able to do that, so that way we can get our biggest and best results that we need for you to have the mindset of a champion. If you're again new to me, just keep that in mind. The Black Book is like a good baseline for us. It teaches the things that we have control over, things that we have influence, and the things that we don't have control over, in an impact or an effort to teach you how to focus and then what to focus on. So that is what I have for you all this evening. I know I spent a little bit of time in the beginning sharing that process with you guys, because I want you to truly understand what is the resource that you have in front of you, and then from there, what it will look like once you actually, and how you go about getting that resource. So this is what I was sharing with you guys earlier, is that this is going to be available again from today and tomorrow at the $29.99 if you are inside of the Facebook group. You can find me on Facebook at Elite Minds LLC. You can search the group, just find Elite Minds and you'll find me there, and you'll find the group details as well. If you are a person that loves to take screenshots of things, Down below screen scrolling is the actual URL that you need for the Facebook group specifically. And you can hop in and grab it at any time. So for those of you who are watching and listening there, that's where that is located for you. This is what I was sharing earlier. This allows us the baseline. We have to start building those bases up so that way we can learn how to score appropriately. And if we do that, then we now know that we are going to stay on top of the things we have control over. The things that we don't have control over, know those things, allow those things to move away from us quickly, and also pay attention to the things that we have influence over. So again, thank you guys for joining me tonight. We're up on our time. It's 6:04. Again, this live recording goes inside of the Facebook group. It does not get posted as a long form on Instagram. But again, for those of you who are on there, please and thank you for hopping in there. But please hop into the group as well. Look forward to working with you all individually. Again, I want us to have a happy summer. I know that one thing is for sure is that the summer season for us junior golfers and junior golf parents heats up, and we really want our kids to be able to do their absolute best. And I know that if they have the right mindset, at least begin the process of getting that right mindset of a champion, that we'll start to see those scores lower. And but more importantly, we'll start to see their attitude and their bodies and their demeanors and how they approach the game will improve. And that's what we're looking for. So again, I appreciate you guys joining me this evening. Again, this is Robert Price, owner of Elite Minds LLC. I want you guys to have a wonderful evening. Talk with you soon.